maybe not. Okay, highlight. Change my font. Try this again. By highlighting the text, I should be able to change the font size. There we go. So with the text highlighted, I can change the size of my font. I can change the font. I can also change the distance or spacing between my words or my individual letters. I can squish them together or put them further apart. I can change the distance between the two lines. It's almost like double spacing. I can change the way that it's centered. I can go left justified or center or right justified. I can change the indents. I can change its location in the box. I can stretch out my numbers. I can do several different things. So let's say I'm happy with the look of my text. I simply click off of it. Get rid of this line up here. I don't like that. Okay. And now I've got a happy birthday that I can move around my screen. I can also add filters to this, the same as I can with any other image. One very nice effect is to add a drop shadow to text. And I can adjust that drop shadow. I can set it further off or closer to my image. I can change the color of that drop shadow. I can change how soft it is. And the angle at which I choose. I can have the drop shadow come from the left or from the lower right. So this is all within the menu of the drop shadow. Okay, so you see right now I have a drop shadow added. And I can play around with some of the effects. Every time I add a new filter, my filter is shown on my bottom menu here. And if I want to do any arranging, I just simply double click and then I can change the settings on my drop filter, or on my filter. Okay, let's create a new file. And this time I want to talk about stroke and fill. Now the default setting for stroke and fill is a white fill, you see the little bucket here, and a black stroke. Basically what a stroke is just the outline of an image, and the fill is just the color that's filled in. So with a black stroke and a white fill, if I draw a rectangle, you see a black outline and the inside is filled with white. I can change the color of my fill. I can change the color of my stroke. Oh, can't quite see that real well. Let's change it to a red. It sticks out quite a bit. I can change how thick that stroke is. I can change the look of it. I can make it a watercolor type look, or I can add any of these options. This one's kind of cool. Make it look like confetti. I like this one a lot. Okay, so these are all different options for strokes and fills. And the next object that you choose should automatically be drawn with the same settings. So kind of a fun little option. Okay, I can change the texture of my stroke, change the roundness of my rectangle. All of these things are things that I encourage you to play with a little bit. Now it would be really simple if I wanted to add text into here. All I need to do again is select my text tool, draw a box, and add my text in. This is a little bit too big for what I want, so I'm going to change the font size a little bit smaller. There we go. And I'm going to center and move this down a little bit. Okay. If I want to merge these two objects together, I can select them both and group them together. When you group them together, much like you did in PowerPoint, the two move together as one object, and you can see over here on the right that I've grouped both of these together. I'm going to step back in my history. Let's see, where's my history? Okay, I'm going to use that sliding tool to go up here exactly to where I group my images together. Okay, this is the step right before I group them together. I'll show you another option for grouping. If I go into layers and I select both of these, I can let's see. Oh, I see. By flattening the selection, what I do is basically turn this into one vector. So you can either merge your objects or flatten your selection, which gets rid of all of your layers and turns it into one vector.